The all-new BMW 5 Series comes in either gasoline or electric offerings, this one here being the i5 eDrive40. But with 3 different wheel options, you sacrifice some range with the larger wheels. So what sort of numbers can we expect with the 21-inch wheels here in this eDrive40 model? Tonight we're going to find out. Hey everybody, it's Charlie from Daily Motor, and today we've got the real-world highway range and efficiency test on the 2024 BMW i5 eDrive40 with the 21-inch wheels. Tonight we're going to head out on the highway and do 50 miles out and 50 miles back, averaging 70 miles per hour to get a realistic cruising range and efficiency number for this all-electric sedan. Now before we get started, let's hop out and take a look at it. Totally redone for 2024, but still a very nice place to be in all different sorts of driving aspects. The BMW 5 Series, or specifically the i5. Like I said, I appreciate that BMW gives you essentially the same sedan here, whether you get the gas motor or the electric motor, and they really don't do any sort of weird naming or styling or anything like that. It's just pretty much pick which sort of propulsion you want to have. So if you do want to see more on the i5, check the link below. We've got a full review, we've got a breakdown of the Bowers & Wilkins sound system, some members-only testing, all that can be found below. So why do we do this test? Well, the EPA's range figures and highway testing, which gives this car just under 270 miles of estimated range with the 21-inch wheels, that test only averages 48 miles per hour. We know there are plenty of people that need to do highway driving even in their EVs and would like to know what sort of numbers you can realistically expect here in the real world. Plus, we know a lot of electric vehicles overpromise and underdeliver on their range driving estimates. Now, the German cars don't tend to be that bad of offenders with that, but still something to keep an eye on. So in order to test that out, we're going to charge all the way up here tonight. We're going to go out when there's less traffic on the highway. We're going to do an uninterrupted 100 miles of driving, come back, charge the car all the way back up, and then crunch some numbers based on what we find out. Now, a few things to note for the test. It should be probably about mid-50s tonight for temperature. And I'm going to set the tires to their door placard 41 PSI cold. And we're going to run the climate control at 73 degrees auto. Next time you see me, it'll be nighttime and give you some night driving impressions of the car as well as highway driving impressions, and then we'll see what sort of efficiency we get. In the meantime, enjoy this time lapse of the entire trip. Coming into the end of the highway range and efficiency test here in the i5. It's a nice place to be in here, that is for sure. No big surprises that a BMW 5 Series is a good place to cruise on the highway, but seat comfort's been good, ergonomics good. I've got a handle up here to rest my arm on. The ambient lighting is nice, the sound system's fantastic. The car is particularly quiet, I like that. The only thing that's bothered me is the active lane keeping. If you're the type that you just like to rest kind of one finger on the wheel here in order to sort of direct it. See, I've got a finger pushing on the wheel, but yet it doesn't like that. It's not enough. I've got to have 2 fingers connecting, giving it a little bit of a wiggle. And it's still not enough. So it comes up quickly, and it's a bit of a shame because it's a very, very competent active lane keeping system. Really, it could practically drive you through most of these lanes, but yet 6 or 7 seconds with your hands away from the wheel, or yeah, that's good, just get right over to the left lane. or just barely pushing on the wheel and it starts flashing at you and yelling at you. So that's a little bit of a bummer. It'd be nice to be able to go a little bit longer without having to yank the wheel. But other than that, I have been pretty happy. In terms of efficiency, we're looking at 3.2 miles per kilowatt hour. So decent number right there, kind of in line with about what we were expecting. 63% range left. 97 miles done right now according to the GPS. So yeah, we're gonna have to get it back to the house, get it all charged up, look at our total efficiency numbers in the morning, and old kinds of BMWs. Let's get this thing charged up. All charged back up. I drove up the street here. We're down to 98% battery and still 268 miles of range. When I left the house this morning, it said 276 miles of range at 100%. We traveled 105.2 miles on the test, and the car took 35.8 kilowatts while it was charging up. And we assume a 90% efficiency charging rate at level 2 charging. So we're going to take 35.8 multiplied by 0.9, getting 32.22 kilowatts that we assume actually went back into the battery of the car. 105.2 miles traveled divided by that 32.22 kilowatts is just rounding up to 3.3 miles per kilowatt hour, which coincidentally is exactly what the car was giving us on the dash. 3.3, not too bad of a figure. What would that be in MPGE here? 3.3 times 33.7. Oh wow, that would be 111 MPGE. That is particularly good. Now if we take that 3.3 miles per kilowatt hour and multiply by the 81 kilowatt hour battery pack, we're getting a 260 mile achievable range here at 70 miles per hour with the climate control running, although in fairly ideal conditions, for the BMW i5 eDrive40 with the 21-inch wheels. And again, those 21-inch wheels are important to mention because this car would get significantly better range, maybe all the way up to about 300 miles of range on the highway with the 19-inch wheels. And it would ride better. Yeah, maybe it wouldn't look quite as cool, but I would so much rather have the better ride and better efficiency numbers with the 19-inch wheels, or at least the 20s. But I also really appreciate how that 260 miles, which is, again, a safe number, a little bit rounded down, is really close to that 270 mile figure that the BMW and the EPA say you should be able to get out of this car. It's nice being able to just hop in, cruise highway speeds, and achieve your estimated range figure. And again, very close to what the car is saying we'd be able to get as well. So thank you all so much for watching. If you do want to see more on the i5, check the link below, and we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from Daily Motor, and as always, drive on.